Chris is a member of Zontoso Enterprises on the finance team, and he has access to, among other resources, a financial info SharePoint site with some sensitive documents. Let's look at the vendors document, and inside we can see there's basic information about vendor names, bank details, contact information. Let's note the TechCorp Solutions Bank of America account number and remember that for later. Because Chris is aware of the latest trends, he's using Copilot to help speed up his workflows and make sure that he doesn't have to remember exactly where that vendor's document is and bookmark it. He can just ask Copilot the information he wants to know. In this case, the bank details of TechCorp Solutions. And we'll see Copilot is looking through some relevant documents, and it's going to come up with the correct answer, the Bank of America account, starting with 711, and we can see that there's a reference to that vendor sheet so that the user can know that it's a trusted, true result. Now, if we go over to the attacker perspective here, we're going to be Tamir for a few minutes, and Tamir is going to go ahead and send Chris an email. Important to note that Tamir could be an external attacker or a malicious insider. It does not matter for this use case. So Tamir is going to send a very plain and innocent looking email. Nothing in this email is going to be flagged by something like an email security system, for example. And we are going to embed a payload in here that is malicious. We're going to choose to do that, or Tamir, I should say, is going to choose to do that in a pretty basic way by adding a new non-rendered div element to the HTML. There are some other ways that would be a little bit more sophisticated, but this will serve our purposes. And taking a look, there are a lot of interesting symbols and specific things we've got to do inside here, but the basic idea is that once we prompt inject, we can provide our own attacker-controlled account number and bank details. So Tamir is going to insert the exploit text there simply, and he's going to go ahead and send the email to Chris. Now that that email is sent, we're going to be Chris again for a moment. And we'll see that when Chris goes to check his inbox in a second, he's going to see the email from Tamir. It's important to note that Chris doesn't actually have to open this email. This email could go to spam. It doesn't matter. Either way, it's being indexed by Copilot. And you can see that if Chris does open it, he's not going to see anything suspicious. But sadly, it's too late. Now when Chris asks again a second time what the bank details of TechCorp Solutions are, he's going to be met with a clearly incorrect answer, but one that was controlled by the attacker. Crucially important is that the reference to where this data was found looks exactly like the trusted source that Chris is expecting.